Good day. The state television company of Western Armenia presents all the most important events of these days. Today's broadcast. The 20th session of National Assembly of Western Armenia was held. The special services of Azerbaijan spreading fake news are trying to create an atmosphere of fear. If you call us refugees from the outside, what prevents you from giving us the status residents from Hadrut? The license for the construction of Armenian cemetery in Ankara has been cancelled. The village of Jivrak, which survived the massacre in Dersim in 1938, is restoring its values. Excavations in the ancient Kharan Palace in Western Armenia continue. 250 Armenian families who emigrated to Iraqi Kurdistan need humanitarian support. A scientific conference dedicated to the Artsakh dialect will be organized at the National Academy of Sciences of Republic of Armenia. On July 13, 2022, the 28th session of National Assembly of Western Armenia was held, which was attended by deputies from different countries. After the agenda was approved and a speaker, Nelly Harutyunyan, began discussing the issues included in the agenda. The proposal of Mr. Yerevan was submitted for discussion, according to which, together with several deputies, a list of decisions and laws adopted by Parliament should be compiled. During the meeting, the proposals of M. Pablo Taylanyan on the creation of the program of Armenian and Iranian cultural exhibition in Portugal was also discussed. Honorary Consul of Western Armenia Lithuania Pablo Taylanyan was invited to implement his program jointly with the government. At the end of the session, issues related to external challenges were discussed and a program of next session was adopted. The National Security Service of the Republic of Artsakh, monitoring the implementation of functions and powers assigned to it by the legislation on the field of information security, informs the Azerbaijani Special Services continue to seize Armenian accounts of Facebook, social network and spread false information about citizens, giving the enemy state and military secrets on them, trying to create an atmosphere of fear. The National Security Council of Artsakh is taking appropriate steps to prevent possible developments. We urge you not to follow fake news and refrain from spreading fake news, discussing it on social networks, and follow only the official news feed. Head of the public organization in the name of Hadrut, Levon Hayrian, told reporters the government members on international platforms call the deported from Artsakh refugees, but inside the country they avoid the wording. They call us internally displaced people. In other words, is Hadrut part of Armenia? If so, let the era declare that Hadrut is part of Armenia, at least occupied, or declare that Artsakh is independent. After all, we are not brought by planes or trains. We led because of the shelling. I think there are no problems to give us refugee status. Illegally, they are not able to give Hadrut, but I cannot grant refugee status to the community for some reason. It is difficult. But when the authorities meet the international structures, we are called refugees. If you call us refugees abroad, what prevents you from adopting a law of refugees? Said Hayrian. The Ankara branch of Chamber of Architects appealed to the judicial system regarding the construction of historical Ulus Quarry in the center of Ankara on the Armenian Catholic cemeteries. According to Chamber, the court cancelled the licenses on a temporary construction. Assisting the decision, the chairman of Ankara branch of Chamber of Architects, Tezcan Karakush Candan, said, "From the scientific sources like the Armenian Catholic cemetery, it is unacceptable to build any store in a well-known place. Human bones were founded here. We filed a lawsuit against the illegal construction of a store in the Armenian cemetery, which is an important indicator of our brotherland and witness to our life together, as a result of which the court provoked the permission of the construction of the store, and the decision of the council, which in all respects was illegal. Of course, the decision is pleasing from the point of view of public interest, but a historical cemetery has already been destroyed. According to this decision, all the perpetrators must be punished. This is special Turkish style of work, the purpose of which to eliminate the Armenian trace and then initiate legal cases that have lasted for decades." The village of Jivrak in Nazime province of Dersim, province of Western Armenia, is one of the most affected by the massacre in Dersim in 1938. Here, after the massacre in Dersim, the policy of assimilation of the state was implemented, but the prisoners continued to return to Jivrak. The association villages of Jivrak, Nazime, organized an event in which numerous citizens and political figures took part. Deputy from Dersim, Alican Onlu, stressing that they were killed on their own land, noted the following: "There was a massacre in this village, but then the village recreated its values. In this village, the other faith is professed, and where one faith prevails, it is impossible to impose another." The mayor of Dersim also spoke, who in particular said that there are many people who have concerns about returning, but they have no other choice but to return to their native land. According to him, every Dersimti is responsible for their land and values. They work on opening for visitors one of the sites of Western Armenia, the ancient fortress of city of Kharan, which is on the experimental UNESCO World Heritage List, continues. This structure is considered the largest monumental castle in the Middle East, which is likely to open next year. The head of the excavation of the ruins of Kharan, Professor Dr. Mehmet Onal, said that excavation have been going on for 9 years. Noting that Kharan Palace is still closed to visitors, Professor Onal continued, "At the moment, visitors cannot see this magnificent palace. In parallel with the excavation, restoration work continues. A wooden bridge should be built, thanks to which visitors will be able to see it. The castle is also very important from the point of view of medieval history. We hope to find the ruins of a temple called Sin or Sabi, as well as discover the entire palace and its halls." In addition to Armenians, the government of Armenia will also provide assistance to Yazidi refugees of IQ camps, Kurds, and Assyrians subjected to international deportation. Due to crisis situation, about 250 Armenian families have moved from the central and southern regions of Iraq and Syria to various settlements of Iraqi Kurdistan. According to the data of Armenian community of Iraq provided to government of Republic of Armenia, they are in difficult living condition and need humanitarian assistance. Local authorities, the Armenian leadership of Iraq, as well as international humanitarian organizers periodically provide them with humanitarian assistance, which however is insufficient to ensure a normal life. To solve the humanitarian problem, the government of the Republic of Armenia decided to allocate $80,000 to the Consulate General Republic of Armenia to Erbil in order to purchase the necessary goods and distribute aid. The Artsakh National Institute of Language begins a series of scientific conferences called dialectical readings with the aim of addressing each of 11 dialect groups of Armenian language separately. The first conference of the series, Karabakh Shamahi or Northeastern Group, Current State, Trends and Challenges, the international conference, which is jointly organized by the Institute of Language of National Academy of Sciences of Republic of Armenia and the Artsakh State University, is designed to promote both historical and comprehensive research. The organizers invite those who wish to take part in a conference, which will be held in Yerevan on October 2021. Working languages are Armenian, English and Russian. Now musical part, Armenian folk song. The full version of this video is available on Western Armenia's YouTube channel. This was all for today. Goodbye.